confirmation later this week. The tally was 51-49 in the 100-member Senate on a procedural measure, in fact, to end debate, as all but two of Trump's fellow Republicans voted in favor of moving ahead on the nomination despite new allegations about his personal conduct. A final vote on his nomination is expected late Friday. Israel's deadly raid in Jenin has entered its third day, with its forcing issuing a forced evacuation threat to residents of the refugee camp in the city. Hundreds of Palestinians in Jenin refugee camp started leaving their homes. Israeli security forces, backed by helicopters, raided the volatile West Bank city of Jenin on Tuesday, killing at least 9 Palestinians in what Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu called a large-scale and significant military operation. The huge fire burning north of Los Angeles has grown to over 10,000 acres amid strong winds and dry conditions. Firefighters are battling a fast-moving blaze in Southern California that has swelled over the past day, with authorities warning that it's, quote-unquote, the period of greatest concern. Tens of thousands have evacuated already. The fire is only 14% contained. Yes, it's only 14% contained, and crews face additional challenges from Santa Ana winds reaching up to 65 miles per hour. Two other major fires, the Palisades and the Eaton, are also threatening nearby areas. Meanwhile, rain is forecast over the weekend, offering potential relief for firefighters and residents. California will spend $2.5 billion to help the Los Angeles area recover from the recent deadly wildfires under a relief package approved Thursday by state lawmakers. Now, both Democrats and Republicans supported the bills, and Democrat Governor Gavin Newsom signed the package. Listen in. California Governor.
I want to thank the Speaker and the Pro Tem for their fierce sense of urgency to move this forward, to the budget chairs that are here. I want to thank them. I want to thank everybody that cleared the deck, didn't play politics with this, that recognized that people are in need. And as the pastor reminded me and others the other day when we had a faith meeting, people feel helpless, but not everybody feels hopeless. And I think this is about distilling a sense of hopefulness. This money will be made available immediately, $2.5 billion, as was said by the Speaker, for ongoing operations and disaster recovery, debris removal, work on logistics, traffic management, address all the myriad of issues that we're facing in real time.
In a significant development, the International Criminal Court, or the ICC, has sought arrest warrants for 2 senior Taliban leaders in Afghanistan. It is accusing them of crimes against humanity related to the persecution of women and especially girls. The ICC prosecutor has applied for, in fact, warrants for Haibatullah, the supreme spiritual leader of the Taliban, and Abdul Hakim Haqqani, the chief justice in the country. Both men are accused of being responsible for discriminating against women and girls across the country since the Taliban took control in 2021. Now, this includes severe restrictions on education, employment, and even the freedom of movement. The ICC will now review the request, and a decision from a 3-judge panel is expected within the next few months. Listen in to ICC prosecutor.
After a thorough investigation, and on the basis of evidence collected, my office submits that there are reasonable grounds to believe that the supreme leader of the Taliban, Haibatullah Akhundzada, and the Chief Justice of the so-called Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan, Abdul Hakim Haqqani, bear criminal responsibility for the crime against humanity of persecution on gender grounds under Article 71H of the Rome Statute.
Thousands of Mexicans took to the streets to protest the killing of 2 children in an attempted carjacking in Mexico's troubled northwestern state of Sinaloa. Mothers and children were among those calling for an end to months of cartel violence that has at times closed schools and businesses in the state capital, Culiacan. A small group of protesters forced their way into the offices of Sinaloa Governor Ruben Roca, thrashing them and demanding his resignation. Now, Roca is a close ally of former President Andrés Manuel López Obrador, has been unable to control his state's violence despite the deployment of additional troops. Over in West Asia, Hezbollah has warned against any delays, demanding full compliance with the ceasefire agreement. This as Israel's 60-day deadline to withdraw from the Lebanese territory approaches its end. In a statement, the armed group has stressed that the withdrawal must be completed without quote-unquote exceptions. In response to reports that Israel might seek to extend its presence in Lebanon, Hezbollah has urged the Lebanese government to in fact press the agreement sponsors to ensure the deadline is met. It called for close monitoring of the final phase of the pullout, the full deployment of the Lebanese army, and the swift return of displaced residents. US President Donald Trump has warned the world's political and business leaders gathered in Davos to manufacture in the US or face tariffs. Trump threatened widespread tariffs on foreign goods and said the OPEC is partly to blame for the ongoing war between Russia and Ukraine. This was during an address to the attendees at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland. Listen in.
My message to every business in the world is very simple. Come make your product in America, and we will give you among the lowest taxes of any nation on earth. We're bringing them down very substantially, even from the original Trump tax cuts. But if you don't make your product in America, which is your prerogative, then very simply you will have to pay a tariff, differing amounts, but a tariff which will direct hundreds of billions of dollars and even trillions of dollars into our treasury to strengthen our economy and pay down debt.
India's Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri is set to travel to Beijing on the 26th and the 27th of January to resume bilateral talks with China. Now, this comes following the disengagement at the India-China border. The visit will mark the first Foreign Secretary-level meeting between the two nations since the 2020 border standoff. Indonesian President Prabowo Subianto arrived in the national capital, New Delhi, on his first state visit to India. The Ministry of External Affairs said that the visit will further strengthen the India-Indonesia Comprehensive Strategic Partnership. Pakistan's former Prime Minister Imran Khan has called off reconciliatory talks with the government on Thursday. This comes a week after a court handed him a 14-year jail term on graft charges, his party's chairman has said. The graft case is the largest that Khan faces in terms of financial impropriety. Khan has called off negotiations, the party's chairman told local media. A teenager who killed 3 girls and wounded in fact 10 others in a knife attack at a dance studio in England's Southport has been sentenced to life in prison. Axel Rudakubana, now 18, must serve at least 52 years in prison before being eligible for even a parole. The July 29th attack shocked the nation. Judge Julian Goose, meanwhile, called the attack, quote-unquote, profoundly damaging to the victims, their families, and the larger community. Alex Rudakubana has pledged guilty to multiple charges. Now, these include murder and attempted murder. US Vice President, in fact, J.D. Vance, swears in John Ratcliffe as the new director of the Central Intelligence Agency, or the CIA, as it's popularly known. The Senate confirmed Ratcliffe with 74 to 25 votes, giving President Donald Trump the second member of his new cabinet, or the Trump.2 cabinet. Ratcliffe is the director of national intelligence during Trump's first term and is the first person, in fact, to have held that position and the top post at the CIA, the nation's premier spy agency. The Texas Republican is a former federal prosecutor who emerged as a fierce Trump defender while serving as a congressman during Trump's first impeachment trial. Take a listen.
I'm thrilled to be joined, of course, by our incoming director of the Central Intelligence Agency, John Ratcliffe, as well as his lovely wife, Michelle. And I will say that John is a great patriot, a guy that has the trust of the president, and I think really believes deeply in the mission, first of all, of keeping Americans safe, but also doing it in a way that ensures that the American people have confidence in our national intelligence services. And both of those things really matter.
Two new wildfires are being reported in California's San Diego area. Now, this is near the US-Mexico border, in fact. A blaze was quickly spreading through the Otay mountain wilderness, home to the endangered quino, checker-spot butterfly, and other unique species of animals. Further north, evacuations were ordered but were later lifted after a brush fire erupted in late afternoon in the wealthy enclave of La Jolla near the University of California, San Diego School of Medicine. South Carolina is under a red flag warning as we speak for critical fire risk through Friday. Although the ceasefire in Gaza has brought an influx of humanitarian aid and a rare respite from Israeli bombardment to the enclave, it has done little change to the miserable conditions endured by most of its 2 million people who are still displaced. The winter weather has compounded the hardships of those eking out an existence in the tattered tents and makeshift shelters. Heavy rains were flooding tents across the territory Thursday, leaving displaced Palestinians shivering in the cold.
معنا صعبة كتير يعني امبارح شتت علينا الدنيا والشادر كله وقع علينا والفراش كله تغرق مية والبنات كانوا نايمين يعني الله سترهم الحمد لله مسكتهم بسرعة واضطرينا انه احنا ننام هنا في القرنة انا وبنات التنتين وجوزي ضلينا طول الليل قاعدين من الليل للصبح واحنا خايفين انه نغرق بزيادة يعني.
In Georgia's Newton County, a man has taken a flamethrower to the icy streets in front of his house. Officials across the south are still tallying up snowfall totals that could set new records in states like Florida, Savannah, Georgia. Savannah and Georgia, in fact, recorded 3 inches of snow, which is the most the city has seen since 1989 in almost 30 years. Brooke Woodall, a local resident, said that she witnessed 5 cars getting stuck on the hill in her neighborhood. Listen in.
How many cars have gotten stuck on this hill so far?
There was a 5th one this morning, but it has resolved itself. But yes, we've been watching them getting stuck all morning and doing exactly this. We saw many of them back up and turn around. We've seen golf carts go around. They're just sliding.
What a mess. Any crashes of cars crashing into each other?
One vehicle crashed, but it didn't hit another vehicle. It ping-ponged down the street, bounced the curbs, and then bounced back off.
Well, it's time we slip into a short break. I'll see you on the other side.
I'll fix him, love. Poor pet. Just shows you never know what's going to happen. Which reminds me, I need to protect the life we've built. That's why I'm looking into smart family life insurance. Hi, I'd like a quick quote, please.
OK. You can choose a benefit amount up to £750,000, depending on your age. If you're a UK resident aged 18 to 64, you can apply with just a few health and lifestyle questions. For £250,000 of cover, the price starts at just £14.77 a month.
That's less than I thought. And it could help my husband with the mortgage.
Just like families, not all life insurance is the same. That's why we offer the Smart Family Guarantee.
That's good to know.
You'll also receive a 100% advance in the event of terminal illness and 10% cash back on your first year's premiums. That's the Smart Cashback. Plus, you'll also get your choice of a £125 gift card.
Protect the life you've built the smart way. To get a free quote today, call our specialist UK team on 0800 977 5753 or visit smartinsurance.co.uk.
Sitting quietly while your car is made all shiny. Downtime can be just fine too. Ready meal is piping. Waterproof, on the loo. Just enjoy your back tattoo. Tea break, face break, maybe even watch the ad break. Sometimes it's not time for some tombola, right? It's enjoying lasagna time, chilling with a book time, or time to visit your nan time. Put the phone down.
With retirement round the corner, I want to spend more time with my family and less time worrying about the numbers. Which reminds me,
Welcome to British Seniors, the UK's #1 rated provider of over 50s life insurance.
Hi, I'd like a quick quote.
No problem. We're proud to offer our seniors lifetime guarantee. With 100% of claims having been paid, we guarantee your premiums will never go up and that you'll speak to one of our specialists in the UK. UK residents aged 50 to 80 are guaranteed to be accepted. Depending on your age, your loved ones can get a cash payout up to £10,000.
And that money could help with funeral costs or even as a gift for the grandkids. I'll do it.
Plus, when you sign up, you'll receive a £135 gift card and free 24/7 GP advice and health services.
You got them all right. That's amazing.
Be proud to protect your loved ones with British Seniors. To get a free quote today, call our UK team on 0800 977 5808 or visit britishseniors.co.uk.
Welcome back. You're watching The World Report on NDTV. Billionaire Frank McCourt has expressed openness to partnering with other buyers for a bid to acquire TikTok's US operations. Speaking at the World Economic Forum in Davos, McCourt emphasized that while financing is not a challenge, maintaining control of the asset is crucial. He revealed that private equity firms and family offices have offered funding options, but noted that the next move depends on TikTok's parent company ByteDance and the Chinese government, in fact. Now, this comes as President Trump recently delayed enforcement of a ban on the app by 75 days. The Bank of Japan has raised interest rates to 0.5%, its highest level in 17 years, signaling confidence in stable inflation and wage growth. Now, the move comes amid heightened global economic vigilance following US President Donald Trump's inauguration and even reflects Japan's ongoing recovery from decades of deflation. Airline giant Boeing has warned of a massive $4 billion fourth-quarter loss, nearly triple Wall Street's expectations. Now, this shortfall, driven by production issues, supply delays and strikes, comes as the airline giant battles financial woes, having already lost $8 billion in 2024. Shares fell 3.5% in after-hours trading, with projected revenue also below estimates. Full results are, however, expected next week. Meta's AI chatbot is under scrutiny for incorrectly identifying the US president. Despite Donald Trump's inauguration this week, the chatbot continued to name Joe Biden as the US president. Now, Meta initiated emergency troubleshooting to resolve the issue, which reflects on broader challenges in AI reliability and even accuracy. Tesla has launched a new, higher-priced version of the Model Y in the US, Canada, and Europe. Starting at $59,990, the new variant features enhanced interiors, a 320-mile range, and built-in self-driving tech software as well. Deliveries begin in March this year as Tesla aims to maintain its edge in the competitive EV market. Meanwhile, electric vehicle maker Rivian plans to launch hands-free driving systems in 2025, that's this year, and eyes-off systems by 26. CEO RJ Scarnage says these features will offer drivers more freedom, allowing them to focus on other activities while driving. Rivian's Gen 2 vehicles currently feature partial driver assistance, but the company is intensifying efforts to compete in the autonomous vehicle market as well. Novak Djokovic's dream.
I didn't hit the ball since Alcaraz match, so until like an hour before today's match. Yeah, I did everything I possibly can to basically manage the muscle tear that I had, and yeah, medications and I guess the strap and the physio work helped to some extent today, but yeah, towards the end of that first set, I just started feeling more and more pain, and it was too much to handle for me at the moment. So yeah, unfortunate ending, but I tried.
Ariana Sabalenka and Madison Keys are set to clash in the Australian Open final. Now, Sabalenka powered past her friend Paula Badosa in straight sets, while Keys stunned second seed Iga Swiatek in a thrilling comeback. Sabalenka, chasing her fourth Grand Slam and a Melbourne three-peat, will face Keys, who seeks her first major title after falling short, or rather just short, in the 27 US Open final. The 2027 British Open will return to its iconic home, St Andrews in Scotland, marking its 31st staging at the Old Course. The event will celebrate the centenary of Bobby Jones' historic 1927 win. It's the first Open at St Andrews since Cameron Smith claimed her maiden major in 2022. Fans can expect a historic and emotional tournament at the heart of golf's legacy. After several delays caused by the LA wildfires, the 2025 Oscars nominations were finally revealed on Thursday, the 23rd of January. Actors Bowen Yang and Rachel Sennott announced the nominations live from the Academy's Samuel Goldwyn Theatre, and the list of nominees offers few surprises. The acclaimed short film Anuja has made waves in the film industry by securing a nomination for the Best Live-Action Short Film at the 97th Academy Awards. Anuja boasts an impressive production team including Mindy Kaling, Guneet Monga Kapoor and executive producer Priyanka Chopra. Set in India, the short film is about two sisters struggling to find joy and opportunity in a world intent on their exploitation and exclusion. The film has now secured a nomination for the Best Live Action Short. They may have waited a quarter of a century to work together again, but Reese Witherspoon and Will Ferrell jazz up comedy chemistry in the wedding-themed rom-com You're Cordially Invited. The pair starred together very briefly in Saturday Night Live back in 2001 and were reunited recently by director Nicholas Stroller for the R-rated comedy of Chaos. Listen in.
Yeah, you know, I kind of had an instinct that they would have good chemistry, but they have really great comedic chemistry that kind of have different energies that really complement each other. But they also have a little bit good romantic chemistry, which was like, which was great and worked well for the film and the kind of story we were telling. And so yeah, it was good. Yeah, you know, I kind of had an instinct that they would have good chemistry, but they have really great comedic chemistry that kind of have different energies that really complement each other. But they also have a little bit good romantic chemistry, which was like, which was great and worked well for the film and the kind of story we were telling. And
Jeff Beck's guitars have been auctioned for nearly $11 million in the UK. More than 130 items for the collection of the former Yardbirds and Jeff Beck Group guitarists were sold. This includes 90 guitars. Beck's 1954 Oxblood Gibson Les Paul fetched the most, going for over $1.3 million US. It was estimated to sell for half of that amount, but a 4-minute bidding war saw the price skyrocket. Twice inducted, in fact, in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with the Yardbirds, and as a solo artist, Beck played with everyone from Rod Stewart to David Bowie, Stevie Wonder, and even the iconic singer Tina Turner.
It's difficult to put a guitar back out on the market that you have played your whole career with. This is a family decision now to dispose of this after his passing and to put these instruments back out into the world again. You know, there's a wonderful saying by Mark Knopfler, is that there is a song in every single guitar. And I think here's an opportunity for these instruments to go back out in the world again and to make new music and to make new songs.
Well, that's all we have for you today. Take care and have a wonderful weekend.
No child should suffer the torture of trachoma, but so many are in pain right now. Nananga's lashes have turned inwards. They rip and tear away at his eyes. Pamelo's sight could be gone forever. He's just 3 years old. Kofanga screams for his mother. His eyes are so infected that he can't even see her. For so many children in the world's poorest countries, trachoma is torture. It's a painful infection often spread by flies, and it's destroying children's eyesight. But it could be stopped if you help today by calling 0800 038 4926 and giving £1 a week to Sightsavers. You can help make sure children get the treatment they desperately need. You'll help us bring them the medicines and the care that can treat infections. And that means you'll be helping to save children from the torture of trachoma and a life of blindness. Please help us reach them. Call 0800 038 4926. Text C13 to 82727 or go online and give just £1 a week now. Because we need you to help save the sight of children like Nananga. We need you to help save them from the torture of trachoma.
What you need is love and understanding. Find a heart whose love is true. Deep down, there's only one companion.
A drive for life plus more. The all-new MG ZS Hybrid Plus from 21,995.
I now request the Honorable Prime Minister to launch NDTV World and address the summit.
It was the grand launch of NDTV World by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. NDTV World, as he laid out his vision for the India century at the NDTV World Summit.
ऐसी सदी जिसमें भारत के प्रयासों से दुनिया में स्थिरता आए.
In the presence of those who are shaping our future.
मेरी तरफ से आपको ढेर सारी शुभकामनाएं हैं.
NDTV World, your new home for global news is here. In today's interconnected world, India's voice is more crucial than ever. When India speaks, the world listens. At NDTV World, we are that voice, bringing you intelligent and insightful news from India and beyond. From geopolitics and diplomacy to economic shifts, migrations, tech disruptions, and the stories of our diaspora. We cover the news that shapes our global future. NDTV World, your new home for global news is here.
From interesting tech startups to industry-leading companies, politics, sports, culture, curry, cricket. Oh, there's so much to talk about. Like me, if you too thrive on interesting conversations, this is a show you cannot miss. Watch this space to know more about all matters and all people that make Britain what it is today. Out of Britain, with me, Radhika Iyer.
I now request the Honorable Prime Minister to launch NDTV World and address the summit.
It was the grand launch of NDTV World by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. NDTV World, as he laid out his vision for the India century at the NDTV World Summit.
ऐसी सदी जिसमें भारत के प्रयासों से दुनिया में स्थिरता आए.
In the presence of those who are shaping our future.
मेरी तरफ से आपको ढेर सारी शुभकामनाएं हैं.
NDTV World, your new home for global news is here. In today's interconnected world, India's voice is more crucial than ever. When India speaks, the world listens. At NDTV World, we are that voice, bringing you intelligent and insightful news from India and beyond. From geopolitics and diplomacy to economic shifts, migrations, tech disruptions, and the stories of our diaspora. We cover the news that shapes our...
Let's get you the latest from Davos in Switzerland, where Ronnie Screwvala says that the impact of Banega Swasth India campaign was first starting out as, it really started out as an awareness campaign, but its impact can be felt by the action that's taken. He says the aim is to make Maharashtra an education capital. Let's listen into this very special interview.
We have with us the co-founders for this foundation. He's been one of our first partners on the NDTV Detol Banega Swasth India campaign. Thank